Hey guys, welcome to week one. This week we're really just going to dive in and learn about the basics of grants. Learn about what grants are, what grants aren't. There's a really cool video in the module this week says what is a grant. It's kind of like a little animated kind of scenario, and it helps you understand that grants are about more than just money. I know folks say out there that there's a grant for everything. It's all about just getting the money. Well, that's not how it works. There is not a grant for everything. There are grants for lots of things, but it's centered more around how you're feeling a need, completing a project. You're helping someone, which is, marries back into the social work profession. We identify those needs and those gaps in services for our clients, and grants sometimes are a way we can fill those gaps to make sure our clients have what they need to be productive in their lives. So, I thought that was a really cool way. There's also some really great videos on grants and how they're structured. How to get a grant. Kind of like a short Grant 101 video. So be sure to check out those videos. They're really pretty cool. Have a lot of good information just to give you some concept to start with. They're pretty short, so that shouldn't be too cumbersome to take care of. We're going to jump in and read chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the book, which I know that sounds like a lot, but it's these small books, short chapters, so it's not a ton of reading. But it'll really help kind of formulate what you want to do for your discussion one. Discussion one's really important because you start thinking about your agency. You can pick an agency that can be your current field placement, the place you work, a past field placement, somewhere where you can get good information about the agency and you know enough to complete the assignments. So be sure to remember that, when you're picking an agency, that you're finding an agency that you can easily get information from. So take a look at the discussion questions. And then from there, you understand the agency, because that's really important, as understanding the agency in which you're applying funding for, because, in grant proposals, there's a lot of information about the agency's capability to carry out the project. What's their mission? What's their track record? They want to know that they're making a good investment. So think about it that way. When you get a loan at a bank, they're looking at your tax returns, they're looking at your credit history, all that stuff to determine if you're a risk. Does it seem like you'd be able to pay your loan back? That's the same premise here. The agency is determining if you are a high risk, if you're high risk to give a grant to. Are you going to come through on what you said you're going to do? So that's what they're kind of looking for, in that. So knowing your agency is really important. And this also gets you to think about what are some of their strengths and weaknesses, what is their area of growth, what are the gaps in services. This will help you start to think about a potential project. So put some thought into it. It just has to be 1 or 2 pages. It's not a long assignment, but I want you to see that you're really starting to, get your wheels turning, answering those questions in the discussion, really thinking about your agency. So this is kind of the first step in getting toward that grant proposal. So put some thought into it. And, like I said, these discussion assignments are meant to be like your first draft. Okay. I can give you some good feedback. And your peers can give you some good feedback, and then you can use that to update this information for the final proposal. You can also look ahead at the I'll be posting the proposal folder. It'll be under your weekly modules, so you can look ahead at the proposal and see what you're looking at there, and you can see how some of these sections tie directly into that proposal, so you can kind of see where it goes. Okay. All right, so really jump in there, get acquainted with, grants and how they work and understanding them. Oh, also, I put in there about creating a SPIN profile. SPIN is a search engine that we use at Concord to, it works just like Google. You type in keywords, then it spits out only grant opportunities, not just a Google search. So if you'll sign up for that, I have to go in and approve each of you. So the sooner you do that, the easier it'll be. That will help you in a future assignment, I think in week 3. But I want to give you guys plenty of time to go ahead and get that done. Once you submit your registration, it may take me a day or so to get back to you, but I'll be checking it regularly to get you approved, and then I'll send you an email. If you don't get an email in a day or 2, be sure to check your junk. But just holler at me, let me know, and we'll get you taken care of. Okay. All right. Well, that seems to be, just about it for week 1. So it really, focus on what agency you're going to use. Focus on, starting to think about potential projects and getting to know your agency. All right. If you have questions or any concerns, just feel free to reach out. The email is probably the best way, or you can call my office number. It goes directly to me. So just feel free to ask questions if you're not sure. Okay. All right. Take care.